I'm Debbie from So Easy. Welcome. Today I want to talk to you about stretch fabrics and especially knit fabrics, because you may have noticed that a lot of my patterns on the site are made with stretch fabrics and especially knits, like this one for the cowl neck top. When I first started sewing, I went through my wardrobe and picked out all my favourite clothes, and almost all of them are stretchy. So dresses, pants, skirts, tops. It seems that I really prefer the comfort of a knit garment. So when I came to sewing my own, those are the kind of things that I concentrated on. Therefore, you're going to find lots of patterns on my site that include those kind of fabrics. However, just recently I've been receiving, as I've sold more patterns, I've been receiving more inquiries from people about knit fabrics. The local fabric shops aren't open like they used to be, and people have to drive a long way, or in my case, for example, I even have to order my fabrics from another country and get them shipped in. So the internet is growing in terms of where people buy their fabrics. More people will buy their fabrics now probably online than do for locally, especially if you want apparel fabrics. You may have a quilting shop near you that sells quilting cottons and those kind of things, but if you want fabric for sewing nice clothes, then often you have to buy online. And a lot of people find this difficult because unless you know what a knit fabric is like, how do you know what to order? How thick is it going to be? How stretchy is it going to be? What will it feel like? How will it drape? And it's hard for me to answer that too, because I find that when I order my knit fabrics, I stick to 2 or 3 types that I know, and I'm afraid to order outside of those, because if I do and it arrives and it's not what I wanted, it will just go in a box and add to my stash, and a lot of the time if it's not right, then it probably won't get used and it's been a waste of my money. So let's have a look at how we can sort that out and get you confident in buying your knit fabrics online. So in order to confidently order fabrics online, you need to know what they're going to feel like. How stretchy are they going to be? How heavy are they going to be? Do they stretch in one or two directions? And what's the fibre content? How thick? What do they feel like against the skin? Is it the right kind of fabric to use in your project? I buy a lot of my knit fabrics online from Fabric Mart. That's fabricmartfabrics.com, and so I got in touch with them and said, look, I've got this kind of problem and a lot of people are asking me about it. I'm just worried about buying knits online. How can you help? And because they're such awesome people, they have put together a swatch kit, and they didn't just put it together for me. They've got 100 of these swatch kits, and they're all ready for So Easy readers to go and check them out. So you will get a swatch kit of 12 different fabrics, and they're all stretch fabrics of one sort or another, and a description. Now when it comes, the fabrics will be stapled to it, but I've removed mine to make it a little bit easier for me to read, but they're all stapled together in the same order as the descriptions on here. So if I start up at the top, we've got the one that you'll be familiar with most often. This is a jersey knit. It tells you it's a classic t-shirt fabric and tells you what the fibre content of it would be. Describes how the edges curl up, which indeed they do, and it tells you that you need a little bit of extra care when sewing with the jersey knit. And if we go number 2, this is an ITY knit, and it feels very different. It's very much lighter, very soft and drapey, and has a lot of stretch, and often they'll stretch in both directions, and you can feel how stretchy it is, you can feel how lightweight it is. Often it comes with a really nice print, and this is the fabric that I use a lot in my patterns. So the cowl neck top that we looked at earlier, that was made from an ITY knit, and it tells you all the details are in here. It even tells you what ITY stands for, which is something I didn't know. It's an interlock twisted yarn. It tells you that it's silky and slippery, lightweight, great for blouses and dresses, but because it is so stretchy and so lightweight, you do need a little bit of extra care when sewing. And as we go on down through, number 3 is a Ponte knit, and this is one that I'd never ordered because I had no idea what it is, but now I've felt it and seen how easy it is to sew, I am sold, and my next dress pattern coming up is going to be made out of a Ponte knit because I really like it, and I would never have tried it if I hadn't got it in this swatch packet. Number 4 is a double knit, Number 5, scuba knit. Again, I had no idea what a scuba knit was, but I like it. It's a little bit thicker, it's easier to sew. Then we go on to a sweatshirt fleece, and of course this is something that you'll be familiar with your jogging bottoms and sweatshirts. So there's a sample of that, and you can see that although it's a knit, it has a little bit of give, but it doesn't stretch in the same way that the others do. Then we go on to what's called an active wear knit, and again it's very stretchy, and if you're making leggings or dance wear, maybe a leotard for your little ones to wear to school, active wear is great for that, but it's also just good for, you know, yoga pants and loungewear. And then we get on to something a little bit different. This is a stretch lace, so you can see just how much that stretches, how see-through it is, and it's good to have a sample of something like that. And then we have some extra stretch fabrics for some comparison, because at the top these are all knits, and here these are other fabrics that stretch but aren't necessarily the same. So number 9 is a stretch satin, and it has a little give to it, but it's not the same as some of these other knit fabrics. Then we've got a stretch cotton sateen. Again, I'd never ordered any of this because I had no idea what a sateen was, and I thought it was going to be like shiny, like a satin, and I thought, oh no, I don't want that. But now, having tried it, I've actually now got a skirt that I'm working on in a stretch cotton sateen, and it's easy to sew. It's really nice, so it's good to have a sample of that in your kit. Then a stretch velvet. I've actually got some stretch velvet pink bubblegum shorts, which I really like. They sound horrendous, but they're so comfortable. So there's a sample of stretch velvet there for you too. And the last one is a stretch suiting, and it just shows that it has a stretch in the diagonal direction. But again, it's more of a cotton fabric, it's easy to sew, and that's included there also as a comparison against the knit fabrics. So you can buy this swatch kit over at Fabric Mart. It's very reasonable, and they'll send it out to you for $4.95, I think it was, in the US, or it's also to Canada, but I think there may be some extra shipping if you want to send it to Canada. But as an extra special offer, they will also send this to you for free if you go over to the Fabric Mart site and put in an order for $50 worth of fabric. And trust me, it's great to spend $50 at Fabric Mart because they've got a huge selection and you'll really love their fabrics. Their prices are excellent too. So if you place a $50 order, then you will get this swatch kit for free, or you can go over and you can just buy the kit. And if you are interested in buying fabrics online or using more stretch fabrics and knit fabrics in the things that you sew, I highly recommend this kit, and I also highly recommend Fabric Mart as an online supplier for you. So I'll put the link under the video where you can go over to Fabric Mart and take a look at the kit. Obviously the samples that you get, although they'll be similar fabrics, they won't necessarily be the same prints. So thank you very much for watching, and if you've got any more questions about knit fabrics, why not leave a comment below and I'll see if I can help you out.